It is Ryan Cameron, and we got Ray Daniels in the building,
One
the host
time.
of The GAUD Show, CEO of Radar Management, LLC.
Let's go.
So, man, what's new?
Well, you know, Ryan got me in some shit. I'm sorry, got me in some stuff. I'm sorry.
You know what? When I first saw you, and I said I need to come on your show, and I got to give you credit, man. I mean, I've been on a ton of shows. I've had people introduce me, reading off of paper, off of Google's. I felt comfortable enough to give you the honest truth. And I've always said, my grandmother said, don't ever say something once you can't say twice.
Absolutely.
So when you asked me those questions, I gave you my honest answer because I was there.
And after hearing you talk, you were not only there, you were there before the walls went up.
Right.
So you knew the plans. That's very important to talk about because a lot of people like to speak about it from the angle of like, I'll do this. Yeah, you do this after they've done that.
Right.
He was there when they've done that. So he sees it way differently.
I am a fan. First of all, shout out to you in the show.
Thank you.
I'm a fan. I watch it. You do an amazing job.
Thank you, bro.
And you are proven. Your track record is proven.
Yep.
The plaques are on the wall. You've got the receipts. I came down here in 2013 as a host. You know, I rely on Ryan to give me the history of a lot of these night places. I think I got down here a little bit too late because I've missed things like Vegas nights.
Yep.
I missed things like that. I missed 112, which is the essence of Atlanta nightlife.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Speak on it, yo. Like, is it a big difference? Has the change gone uphill or downhill, or is it just forever changing?
It became less about Atlanta and more. It almost became like Vegas, like what you said. It became like it's like you got to understand something. I was in Japan a couple of years ago. I'm meeting with this big label exec, swear guys, and he does it. I have a translator in the room, right? And he goes the translator goes in. He goes, NWA and Magic City. This is a guy who's never been. Think about that. He said NWA and Magic City. So when you start understanding like Atlanta nightlife is so big across the world. You got people that come here from Africa that just want to get lemon pepper wings from Magic City,
right,
or go to a party. So that essence to me is lost now. Now to me, as an Atlantan, bro, I love going out. I don't go out no more because it just feels like. It feels like everything costs. Like the valet is $100, you know what I'm saying, or $20 to put you in the corner. And if you live here, you know they're gonna break it.
They're gonna get you, right? Come back to
So
that
you
glass.
know, right?
Come
You
back to that
know,
glass.
right? You gotta send the money. So it's like you start looking at it. So for me, I just think we got to this place where money became more important than what Atlanta really was, which to me is black people loving each other, celebrating each other. I mean, I moved to Atlanta in '91. When I hear the stories of what happened in this city, like I'm like, I wish I was around for that. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Me too.
Hold on, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
the closest I got to the BMF era was I was passing out flyers outside Vision,
Right,
for Metro Boys. So I would see Meech pull up with 30 cars, and
right,
this is when they will come like the president, and you have two guys walking in front of his car with the flags. And so I seen it from that perspective, but I always wanted to be a part of it. And then you get a part of it, then it's like it's not even there no more. So I'm speaking to Ryan, who when I came down here to Atlanta, no voice mattered more in the city than Ryan Cameron. I could tell you, I told you on my show, I tell you the story when my best friend called me like, they did something to Ryan. I don't know where you was at, but they did something to Ryan. And Ryan said, big boy Outcast, everybody show up to this. And he was like, I'm on my way up there. I'm like, it's 8 in the morning, bro.
When I walked out of the morning show.
We just woke up. And he was like, bro, I gotta go support Ryan. It's like, so Ryan has always been like the purest version of Atlanta to me. So me being a fan of the city, someone that loves it here, someone that came here and benefited from it, I want to talk to one of the architects. So he says what he says. I thought it was dope. I'm like, damn, that's true. But then you have the other people that are threatened by what's being said. So it's always interesting to me. If somebody said music sucks, I make all my money from music. If somebody said music sucks, I'm not going to be like, well, F you.
Right.
I'm like, it kind of does. I mean, like, if
Right.
I can't live in it, because if I can't tell the truth while I'm in it, then how can I fix it?
Right.
And we gonna act like everything is fine, then we ain't got nowhere to go to.
That's
and you
right.
know we have somewhere to go to. And I like that our conversation triggered that. So I'm excited.
We got more with Ray Daniels when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.
Yeah, man. I'm like, dog, like Atlanta to me, the problem with Atlanta is that a lot of people came to the city, but they don't understand the real Atlanta is outside of the city. Like, what part of town you from?
from Bankhead.
Okay, so West Side.
Yeah, Zone 1.
West Side. I'm from Old National, South Side.
College
So
Park.
everybody, so you came to the city to party, but we didn't live in the city. We went back home to our neighborhoods because that's
right.
where we are most comfortable. But then you had all these people moving to the city. So now when people say Buckhead is just Brooklyn, everybody from Brooklyn, everybody from New York, they got a little bit of money.
Buckhead is Dumbo.
Yes, that's it. Like,
Buckhead is
like,
Dumbo.
but them Atlanta kids are like, oh, y'all think it's sweet here.
Yeah.
So they don't understand. These Atlanta kids, these little water boys, they catching the Atlantic's train, getting them little scooters, breaking in cars, and going
back.
I don't even worry about my car getting broken into on that. I'm like, they're not gonna do it here because they know somebody might come out shooting. But in Buckhead, they like, y'all ain't gonna do that. Plus, y'all out of towners. If you in Buckhead, Brooklyn, if you in Buckhead, you from out of town.
Right.
That's just that simple.
It's a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
We live in our side of town. Like I want to be. I love every day driving up Old National to come to my office. Nothing makes me happy than driving through Fayetteville, driving up Old Nat, because I'm like, I worked at that McDonald's, I worked at that Wendy's, so I love this thing. But it got to get better, and I think it got to get better. It's only gonna get better when we go to the essence of what it really is. And Atlanta's a city too busy to hate. We love people. Like this is built on Maynard Jackson, Andrew Young, and these guys who are like, we are together. And I feel like now people coming saying, yeah, we together, but me and you about to get this money. 100 the park, 100 for hookah, 1,000 for a section. Yeah. F you, pay me. And now we wondering why we ain't getting nowhere because we got out-of-towners controlling it. So here comes a real Atlanta with real history just signed a big deal, and he says this was wrong. Oh, my God.
Did you think when y'all hit send and the clip went up? Because I remember, when we first sat down, I said to you, man, I ain't no Wiz Khalifa.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that it'll do right. You was like, I don't care if it don't get a lot of views, man. I just want to do this. But I guess people got excited, I guess.
No, because it's you, bro. You don't. The last time I've seen Ryan Cameron on the internet talking one other time, and that was Georgia Followers page posted.
Right, yeah.
We don't see enough of you. So this is the real Atlanta in this room. This is the airwaves. This is us.
Right.
The internet is the other Atlanta. That's the Atlanta from, everybody else. But when you hear, it's different. So for me, I was just happy that I was talking to Ryan, and Ryan was like keeping it real because Ryan's like that uncle that's like, hey, them sneakers y'all wearing, I'm ugly as hell. What the hell you talking about? I don't care if you think that's not what we did. You need that guy that makes everybody, you know what I mean? So I love that.
Yeah, I think, the thing about it, as I'm watching, like, somebody said that somebody had a PowerPoint trying to, and I'm like, break down what I was saying. It was like, first of all, you have to listen to the whole entire interview.
Yes.
I think
that's the point.
The
clip drives you to the interview. Get into it.
I was somewhere last night. I was hosting an event last night, and I kind of felt like how Shannon Sharp says about, I've been doing radio forever, but this guy was like, man, I just watched you last night on the GAUD show, man, and you here. And I was like, I mean, it was funny to me, right? Because, you think when you do an interview or something like that, you just, you put it in there, because I don't go back and watch any of this stuff.
Me neither.
I don't watch any of it. I just put it out there and let it go. But watching people's reaction to all of it, man, like when you are deciding who you're going to talk to, because I'm sure now everybody wants to come on and give their own 2 cents. How do you decide, this person is going to be a good guest? Because it goes from music to entertainment. I mean, you have a whole machine, man. How do you do that?
To me, I use this as an opportunity to talk to people that I genuinely admire.
Okay.
Like I know I'm gonna just be honest. When we were at that event, the Book of Clarence event.
Yeah.
And Ryan came over to me. It was like, when we go, I whispered to my guy, I said, bro, Ryan Cameron gonna do this. I couldn't believe it. I was like, out there, I want to go buy a tie. I'm like, I gotta make sure I do this the right way. Because, I want him to always respect me. That's important to me because I've been listening to him since I was 11, 12 years old. So that's important to me. So for me, it's just always kind of like, how can we make this interesting? Like, when I did Ryan, it was weird to me because I was like, I need to make sure that people listening know that if you've never been to Atlanta, this is our flex. This is our top dog. Like, I just wanted people to know that, right? Because my concern is always, are people from if you in Kansas City, do you care about this?
Right.
But I'm always like, how can I make it interesting? But with Ryan, I'm being honest with you, I didn't care what he wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have came and said, I want to talk about church. I'd be like,
Amen.
Sometimes you got to pop up and show me. Like, what we doing? Like, let's talk about church then. Because for me, you sitting on a couch means that there is no one in this city that's too big to sit on the couch.
Right.
And I told the same thing to JD when he did the show. I was like, when he was the first one to jump out, and I was like, bro, no one can say they too big to do this because you did it. And that's so to me, it's more about like just keep pushing forward. But I'm afraid to ask people. 'Cause I'm a Virgo. I take it serious if you tell me no.
Right.
Like I take it personal. Like I start looking like you must not care about me and my family. Like if you tell me no,
You don't want my kids to eat.
you want my kids to eat. Like just come
You're a
sit down with
hater.
me for a couple of minutes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I stopped asking, but I just try to make it. I'm self-taught. I wanted to be in the music business. I was searching for information, and I picked up something from here, something from here, something from here, and all those things I picked up helped my mom not have to drive school buses. No more.
Hey, that's
And
what's
to
up.
me, it's like, and I remember praying because when you're trying to come up, the business is way different now. But when I was trying to come up, bro, those dudes that was in charge didn't care about you. Not only did they not care about you, they wanted to tell you. They couldn't wait to show you you're nobody. So I remember being like, why would they do that to somebody that looked like them? They got
Right.
the same dream. Like, I'm trying to do for my family what you're doing for yours. And I remember saying, God, if you just help me get there, any information I know, anything I could do, anytime I could stop and share some information, I promise you I'm going to do it. So when I do this, I'm really just honoring my promise to God. And the best part, the most rewarding part about it is I'm watching things work out in my favor more by being a better person. And a lot of when you come from the hood, that's why we love the bad guys so much. We like to see the drug dealers win. And I'm like, bro, I want to show you that you don't have to sell drugs. If you can sell drugs, you can sell music. If you can sell music, you can sell shirts, you can sell hats, you can sell glasses, you can sell anything. And I just want us to see our power. So to me, if I feel like there's someone who I'm talking to that can speak power into an audience, man, Ryan, when you want to do it?
Hey.
And that's really how I look at it. Like, I told you welcome to come back. We cause
So we gonna come back and just do stories.
Cause I'm literally like, and another thing, like I'm a fan. So when I'm talking to Ryan, I'm like, if Ryan Cameron right now, Radio 1 of y'all listening, if Ryan Cameron had a Stories of Atlanta, History of Atlanta podcast, man,
Listen.
Man,
Off the
right?
hook. Off the hook.
Every morning on my way to work, I'm listening to that. Every morning on my way to work, I'm listening to the History of Atlanta. What? Telling story, bringing different people, like telling the stories of like how Martin Luther King was on the West Side, and they was like, "Hey, we don't want no integration over here. Don't be trying to tell them folks come over here and get some money." We like when you hear that story, and then the reason why that I think would be the biggest show in the world is because if you're in Africa, if you black anywhere in this world, Atlanta is the code to how to win for black people.
Word.
So why wouldn't we have the voice of Atlanta telling the stories of how black people overcame the BS and white people and us all work together? I would listen to it every day. So for me, that's how I looked at it. Like, let me just get an hour of Ryan telling the story of Atlanta. At least if you listen, at least you learn about Atlanta. But I didn't know we was going to, but it's good though. It's great.
We got Ray Daniels in the studio. We talking about the GAUD Show, one of the biggest podcasts in the country.
Thank you.
And just with the reflection of the show that I did, I always am amazed at how something can go viral off of a clip. And watching that, because you and I were talking back and forth, and you was like, "Man,
I'm sorry, that's not. I didn't know. I thought I turned it off.
That's
Sorry.
all right. It's cool."
I do shows too. I hate when it happens.
We were talking about how you was like, "Man, this thing is going," and I was like.
Ryan was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Bro, look at the shares. The shares to me tells the interest. The shares and the people worry about the likes. The likes are irrelevant. Look at the shares. That means I saw something that someone said and I shared it with my people and said, "Yo, did you see this?" That means you're creating. So to me, I always pay attention to that. So I just seen it, and then another page did it. Shout out to Butter ATL. His going crazy. I'm like, Ryan, I don't know what you said right here, but something's happening right now.
You know what the funniest thing was? All the DJs, and these are the DJs that are in the trenches, the DJ Nabs, the DJ Mars, the DJ Jellies, they all agree with what I said because as a DJ, and I used to DJ in college, you're playing to the crowd, right? And the goal is to get them on the dance floor and keep them on the dance floor.
Yes.
You're not saying who's the livest section in the club. And that's why I start, Nab sent me clips from ESO and the live broadcast, and people's like, "Oh, this is the real party." But see, that stuff is all gone by the wayside now because never would you have seen somebody come with a casket cooler. Have you seen the casket cooler?
I've seen the casket cooler many a times.
You got all the bottles of Moet in
Bottle
there.
wars.
And you got the sparklers going off because you're killing the club. And so they bring it to you, and you don't even keep the bottles. The show is what you're trying to show off. That you for $400, we'll bring this and light these sparklers off, and then you don't get to drink it. Yep. But I'm like, that is what it's turned into now. Is like the look at me.
The spectacle. It's
a spectacle, and I'm like, that is what started by people who put the game in the game.
Yep.
I mean, so for me, and you know, you said something earlier, and we got like a running joke in here, man. I feel like I'm like Prince on the radio, man. If you see me, take a picture.
I love that. I feel that way, by the way.
I'm not trying to be out there in it because when I get up in the morning, I start looking at stories at 4:30 a.m.
Yep.
The first page I go to is the WSB page, and I'll be like, oh, man, somebody got shot.
Yep.
Oh, somebody got robbed. And I'm like, well, I was never going to be there. I wasn't going. And I get mad. I'm a Sagittarius. I get mad that you don't invite me, but I'm not coming.
I want to know I could have came, though.
You know, be like, man, you ain't. I ain't coming.
I ain't coming.
So, you know, talk about your record history, man, because we know about the show, but you have done some really big things. I know you don't want to toot your own horn, but for people who don't know, tell about some of the people that you know have connected to this game.
I'm a music executive. I've been in this game for going on 20 years. January next year, make 20 years officially. I mean, we work for everybody, man. You know, it's kind of like I'm a lot like you in the sense where I don't even know I have things going on. Like when we got in the car today to come over here, Chassis starts telling me about all these other deals, and I'm like, what? Who are you talking about? No, we got to get to Ryan right now. Like, I'm 7 minutes late. So I do my best not to focus. But to answer your questions, I've worked with Sierra. We did all her lat. So we did How We Roll, her and Chris Brown. We did Level Up for her. We did the record with her. We did a whole project, right? But Beyonce, Lizzo, we did all Lizzo singles. I worked with everybody, man. And, you know, I'm a product of this city, and this city shows us how black can shine as popular, as loud as pop.
Right.
Black can shine. And to me, you know, my goal when I went into the business was to like learn what I could do to help black artists make the best record. So, you know, man, I can't lie, man. As we talk, I'm literally going blank right now. Like, as we talk, I can tell you everything, but I have the fastest song in Spotify history, fastest growing song in Spotify history, the record with Lotto, 7. The guy that wrote that's my guy. Man, we won Grammy Songwriter of the Year this year. I forgot about that. So, man, I'm just working and everything, and the music thing is what I do and is what I'm really good at. But all I did on the podcast, the GAUD show, was do what I did in the studio.
Right.
Like, you know how this is. Like, it's a thought process that goes into making these records, like what you're going to do. So, I've been doing this music thing for a long time, man. I came out of College Park. I went to high school with Jock. I went to high school with Ludacris. And it was a dream that I had, and here I am, man. Like, I've had hits on the radio every year. I'm pretty sure y'all played a couple of things that we have going. But, yeah, man, you know, I'm getting busy, man. Like, I go blank when people ask me what I work on because I don't have rear view mirror in my business mind.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, now don't get me wrong, when it comes up, like, Big Boss Vet did my show, and I forgot that we did Pretty Girls Walk Like This. And it just got announced to go gold. I'm like, damn, I forgot we had a gold record, you know, like, so. But to me, the mentality that I have is what's necessary to win. And that's what I really want people to hear. Like, you stop looking at what you did because you did it already. If you did it, it's going to either come back and pay you or it's not. But what you're doing right now is the only thing that matters. And as long as you stay focused in that and keep your head in that, the outcomes are going to be what you want it to be. I work for L.A. Reid. And one thing about L.A., he has a very interesting relationship with Atlanta. And he loves Atlanta, but he always used to tell me, I hate that when I go there, they only want to talk about what I did. I'm doing it now still. Let's talk about what I did after I stopped doing. But while I'm doing, let's talk about what I'm doing, not what I did. So that always stuck with me. Every time so when I walk in rooms, I'm literally like, Hey, man, I'm just talking to Ryan. I don't know what you can ask Ryan. Ryan was like, man, I'm trying. He'll show where. Send me some tapes. He said, Friday, I'm there. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I don't even know if I was on live. I don't know what it is. I'm like, Ryan Cameron called me. Nigga. That's a motherfucking notch on my belt. He told me, come upstairs and do a show. So you talking about the GAUD show. I'm looking, this is surreal for me. I'm like, fuck, I gotta find. Nigga, I was coming to be to talk about what you doing. Nigga, I'm having to talk to you right now. So yeah, I gotta get better at that. Because I don't know and if you say it, I'll know it, but I just don't think about it.
That's a good thing, though, to be in a position where you're doing so much work and you're doing, I mean, we talked about it on your show. I think one of the things that is most admirable is about you always have a team that you support. And I'm big on energy, man. Like I said this, I was speaking to the Young 100 the other day, and I was like, if you keep doing this long enough, you're going to run into an individual where you say, damn, man, I'm surprised anybody killed you yet.
True story.
Because the way they act, you like, man, this is not. And then when you find out something happened to them, you're like, I ain't surprised. It happens all the time based on the energy. Like, the energy they put out is so negative, and they such a hothead. And I was like, somebody that I knew, and they was everywhere we went, they was always starting. I said, man, somebody gonna kill this dude. And then they was like, hey, man, such a got killed. I was like,
I called it.
That's when you can start calling stuff like that, that's when you know you have peace in life. You walk up like, what's your name, man? Nice to meet you.
Right.
Like, somebody gonna kill him in this couple. And you just good with it. Like, I'm gonna keep going this way. You gonna get killed the next
you
few
just
months.
know based on the people that they have around them.
Yep.
And their surroundings. Because if you know, I saw something in the news today. They was like, some people will confuse peace with boredom. Because you're so used to chaos in your life that when you finally find peace, you be like, man, I'm bored as a mother. I need some toxicity in this thing, man.
It's like with relationships.
That's
with anything.
That's literally what I'm dealing with right now in my life. Like, I got to this place where everybody around me knows they're straight. Like, man, I just wrote a check to Truist Bank Monday this week, paying off my mother's house. $350,000. Like, so I'm like, but it's like, Ma, I did all this for you, but you're bored now. And now you're like trying to find, like, what do you do? Who else you spending money on? What you doing over there? And I'm like, why does that matter? I just wrote a check for $350,000 to pay your house off that you can live in for the rest of your life and be straight, and you're still like that. And to me, that's what it is. It's peace. Peace is boring, but it's
how old is your mother?
My mom is 64.
Okay, so my mother is 76.
Okay.
Right? She drives to the restaurant 2 days a week. She's been retired.
Yes.
But the point of it is when a parent goes into retirement, you have got to come up with something for her to do. You know, with this new office space or whatever, because people are going to be surprised to see your mom up in there, whatever it is. But what happens is we try to get our parents out of the game. And then that's what happened with a lot of people. They lost their parents during COVID.
Yes.
Because they couldn't go and exercise. They couldn't walk around the track. They couldn't walk around the mall. So they were just sedentary, and they just got old, and they just
They couldn't love on each other. They couldn't love on their grandkids because now everybody got to wear masks and they're in danger. So you're right. A lot of broken hearts killed a lot of people during COVID.
You got to find something for her to do. Because, okay, the house knows she got no worries, but, like, what is she doing that's going to make her remain active? That's
my mom wants to gamble.
An OG point.
My mom wants to gamble.
Ryan,
gamble.
Hey, Ryan, you know what? They got the casino boats.
Ryan, I could tell my mom I got nominated for a Grammy, and I want you to sit next to me, and my mom be like, "No, that's yours. Go do that. Give me some money to go to the casino with my homegirls." It's like. What the, like, and then I start realizing I was paying for it so much, and I would hear rumors that she hit. So right, I would hear rumors like your mom hit for $2,800. What? She just asked me. She just asked me for
didn't
money.
Tell me
like 2 days ago.
So what is she playing?
Slots, Ryan. Yeah. She goes to the casino, bingo, everything, and I'm like, Ma, like, and she's mad because I'm like. And she's like, well, you buy diamonds for the girl, and you buy the kids everything, and I can't gamble. And I'm like, Ma.
I'm not saying you can't gamble.
Ma, I'm not saying you can't gamble, but even when you win, can you use that money to gamble more?
She got a whole
Oh, no, right. Listen, let me tell you, I got to tell you one funny story. I swear to God. So during Christmas time, I had a party, and I was like, I want to give something to my family. I'm thinking prosperity. So I'm like, you know what? I bought like $1,000 worth of lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And and everybody came to my house. I was like, man, this is Christmas time. And I was giving everybody lottery tickets. Like, I'm like, everybody gets lottery tickets, the $10 ones, the $15 ones. Because I'm like, yo, and I kept saying, if you hit, just share it with the house.
Were these scratch-offs?
Yes.
Okay.
I spent like $1,000 of scratch-offs. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I bought it in a plastic bag. So, like, you got to open it up and hand it out.
Okay,
Right.
Bro, at the end of the night, my mom is walking out and she's collecting.
The tickets.
She's collecting the tickets. You know, my son said it's on the house, right? The house got it. So we going to get that, da-da-da. And I'm like, I didn't. If I'm being honest, I wasn't really tripping. My mom left with everybody at the party. She's my mother. We're going to tell her no. Like, she's like, I'm collecting. Oh, you hit? Give me yours because we're going to give you this. She left, cashed all the lottery tickets in. I never heard nothing about it again in my life. And Ryan, if I say something about it, my mom is like, why you bringing that up? What happened to you today when that's coming up? Who said something to you?
Your mother's BMF.
My mother is a bully and will tell you, yes, that's my son. I'm not working. If y'all get, I get. I made him. And I'm like, and I like that, by the way, but it's like, can we just not? Can you like
That ain't gonna happen, bro.
Right, let me tell you, I swear to God, bro, I offered to buy my mama. I was like, Mom, we should look into buying a bingo hall. You play it so much. I swear to God, this is her response. But if you own it, right, I mean, you can't play no more.
You taking me out the game. Yeah, you taking me out the game.
The game is what matters to her. It's not the money.
Yeah.
It's like, this is her thing. Like, what? It's the hustle of it all. And I'm just like, so you said the chaos. I'm gonna say that too. I'm gonna say Ryan Cameron on the show said today, people tell him I said mine is my like she gonna get in your face about it. He don't know what I deal with. Give me the money.
Give me the money.
Give me the money.
I love it, man. I love parents. I love it. I love that they can do that because, like, what else can we do for them? Like, they gave us life. They raised us. Like, the least I could do is flip the script now. Now I'm mama. Now I'm daddy.
That's true.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? I love that.
We got more Ray Daniels when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.
That was on radio?
We
Will call me and be like, you said that shit to Ryan. My mom the type of mother that will do a video, tag Ryan and say, I know my son told you, but did he tell you that he bought $100,000 worth of stuff from this? Diamonds? Have you looked at his neck and the girl? Have you seen it? So don't let him make you think that I'm just spending What's $2,000 on fly?
What's $2,000?
I swear to God, like, Ryan, what's $2,000? How much your sneaker cost? So what's that on a lottery ticket to make your mama happy, Ryan? Like, what are you? That's how she runs.
I
what
love
am I supposed to do?
Love it.
Like, Ryan, I be getting shook down by it. I'm like, man, Mom, you supposed to set the example not to shake me down. So now no one else does it. So once she's done, it's a line. Now how come my aunt dancing? What's up, nephew? Okay. They get me, boy. They get me, Ryan. They get me, boy.
As Omar says in The Wire, the game is the game.
The game is the game.
Word. The game is the game.
I just wanted to. Now I'm just playing it in a different way. But the game is the game. So yeah, I love that.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored at Ray Daniels at the GAUD Show. GAUDSHOW.
GAUD is an acronym for goats and underdogs.
Yeah, and you asked me that, because at the end of the show, he was asking me, am I a
goat or underdog?
And I was like, nah, man, I got the bag. I'm a wolf, bro.
Wolf, yep.
I'm a wolf. I mean, so many people are trying to get into this podcast space. It's like, I think it was, how many did you say it was? How many podcasts is it?
And I'm in the music business category, and that category is over 550,000.
Wow.
And I think I've been like top 50 since at least the last year or two. Like I haven't even done it 2 years. So the last year, I've been like the top 50, top 100, which is good because I'm independent. So
Do you think people get bored? Like they have a great idea, they got a couple of microphones, they bring their friends in, and then they don't realize how much work is involved.
Boom. And to me, I think a lot of people. First of all, I think podcasting is the best way to network. Like you got to understand. Like I'll use me as an example. I've been looking up and admiring Ryan Cameron since I was a little boy. When else would I have an opportunity to sit down and talk to him if I didn't have a platform, right? Like, imagine me walking in the Doughboy, like, hey, Ryan, can we just talk about it? Like, hey, man, I'm trying to get, I got a piece of me. So you know what I mean? So podcasts to me are the best opportunities to do it. But I think you have to, if you're gonna do any endeavor, if you don't have a 12-month plan on how to survive it, because it's like basically you're gonna fly the plane while you're learning how to build it.
Right.
So to me, when you came to the show and I did my pod, like bro, when I first started out, I just had a couple of mics. I can show you clips of me shooting and the mic's not plugged in. Cause I'm just like, I don't know how to work the equipment. I'm like, but ask me a question, because in my mind, I knew the internet. I knew how I was discovering things. I was discovering everything from clips. So I'm like, man, if I could just load the clip every week and just even if it's just getting your messaging out there, like people don't take advantage of the opportunities that we have with social media to get your voice, your message, your thought process out there. And I think podcasts is just a great extension of that. And I think more people should do it, but it is a very hard business to make money in. It's a hard, because you're as you're doing it, unless you're a celebrity, as you're doing it, you need to build an audience. So if you got 30 people watching, like for the first 3 months, that's 3 months of you paying cameras, paying this,
right,
knowing that you're not completely monetizing. So when I did my pod, I remember I told my team, I said, let's just see if we can do it. Don't worry about money. Because, I make money in music. I put everybody on payroll. I was paying everybody. I was like, let's just see if we can do it.
Right.
And then I started seeing it taking off. And I'm like, well, then I started investing in a set. Even now, I'm building more sets and everything because I'm taking it to another level. But I'm only doing that because I've shown myself I've been able to do it. So for me, if you're going to start a podcast, and if you're doing it for money, it's the wrong reason. If you're doing it for messaging, if you're doing it to put a message out to attract money, now that's how you do it.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. We're talking to Ray Daniels. The GAUD show is a phenomenon.
Thank you.
He's just doing his thing.
So with the people like the Jermaine Dupri's
Yes.
and the Ryan Camerons, and people are trying to do this podcast thing, tell them the importance of relationships, real relationships.
If you're going to be transactional, get ready to always have to pay for the transaction fees. When I like so for me, when I came out to do what I did, I knew that my only goal was, I was I'm still a music exec. So what really happened was I wrote a letter in 2020 called Dear White Executives. It was it was right around George Floyd. This is right during the pandemic, and this was when white folks was really interested in black people's struggles. Like, yo, how can I help you? Like, what's going on? Like, George Floyd dying really showed people, like, what, I think it didn't even bother us. It was like another one, but white people for some reason was like, oh my God. So we was doing all these calls at Warner, and I hate to say the company, but it's whatever. We was at the company I was at, they do all these calls, then they get on a call, and they do an emergency phone call. I'm thinking like an artist died. They like, everybody get on in 15 minutes in a Zoom. I'm like, what 15 minutes on a Zoom? Like, you usually give us 3 hours for everybody?
Right.
So we get on, and then they're like, George Floyd. And I swear, I'm in Atlanta, and I'm like, that's what this call is about, George Floyd? So they're like, and black people, if you have anything you want to say, please, we want to hear it. And I got really mad. See all your faces? And I wrote a letter to him. And I was like, it's a miracle that we're here as black people. We always have white bosses. We're told coming into every business, you're going to work twice as hard to make half as much as you can. So I go through all of those things. And then once I put that in the letter, and then it was like Jerry Maguire moment for me. Like everybody, I walk in, everybody's clapping. This is the most important thing ever written in the music business. Thank you for that. I didn't know that they had it out for me for that letter. So the last year of my contract, they told me and my attorney, don't shop him. He's our guy. By the way, I am the number one guy. I was the number one guy over there. So my attorney's like, why would you leave? You're the number one guy over there. And I'm like, okay. 3 days before my contract was supposed to come, they tell me it's not coming. So at that moment, what am I supposed to do? It's like if you at the station today and then you find out we don't want you 3 days from now, but they told you they wanted you. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I was like, I'm too good to ask for a job. And I'm in Atlanta. So I'm not in New York or LA. So I'm like, what can I do? Ask me a question. Let me just put that online because I'm looking at like a politician. Like, a politician gonna run. They be doing things a year or two before they announce they're running. So I was like, maybe this is my politic moment where I can like show, because people might not know how smart you are. So I'm doing that, and then boom, it was the GAUD show was born. So now everybody in the music business want to talk about the GAUD show, and I'm like, I only did that to be honest with you to get a job.
Right.
Now that pays me in his mind. So it's like it was the greatest mistake that happened to me, but I'm thankful for it. And like I said, it came from a letter I wrote. I don't regret writing the letter. I wrote it anonymously first. It wasn't so big that I put my name on it. And I'm glad I did it, because the one thing my executive coach helped me see that's very important is that if they don't have the same values as you, it's never going to work.
That's right.
So they didn't have the values that I had. Like, I came into this to change lives. I came into this to help young people that look like us. Look at us, man. Like, look how we dress for work. This is the dream. Like, all I didn't want to do was wear a suit and tie and a briefcase. I didn't want to be that guy, so I could dress like my chain, my jewelry. Like, we live in the dream. How many black kids should have the opportunity, but they don't? So that's what I was doing it for. And it's a great blessing, man. So I appreciate you asking.
Hey, we want to give it up for Ray Daniels.
One time.
For the GAUD Show.
Please, GAUD.
CEO of Radar Management, LLC. He is a force to be reckoned with, man. And we appreciate the time, bro.
I just want to say, Ryan Cameron, you're a legend. Man, we really love you in the city. And anything that I can personally do, and I'm talking about me. If you like, Ray, can you come wash my car? I'm going to go wash Ryan's car. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I have that much respect and appreciation for what you've done for my city.
Yeah.
And the doors you opened that allowed me to open doors for others. So I just want to tell you that. I said it on the show, but I want to say it on your show also, because it's important that we give each other our credit. And there might be people listening, and I'm like, I want y'all to know how important he is. It was his teachings, his entertainment ways that made me feel like I could do it. So you know my name means a lot to me. And I swear, you know my name means a lot, because I've known your name since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, bro. I just want to tell you that online.
There you go, man. We got more coming up. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.